welcome back to It Is What It Is with Van. I'm Van. I'm freshly showered. You're so welcome. I freshly showered. I did my makeup for you guys. And then I threw on a sweater. So, welcome back. This week, I'm going to do green flags in men. I would love to experience a lot of these things, so we'll see if it's in my future. But I figured, let's get into it. Last time I had 16 red flags. I tried really hard to get to 16 green flags, and 16, my lucky number, just didn't quite get there now that I'm looking at this. But if you do these, or if you do all of these, congratulations, you're probably married. So it makes sense. You and your wife or your partner are probably very happy together and live a beautiful life, and you are the ones that we are looking up to and wishing that we could be. Congrats. That's great. I'm so happy for you guys. I'm so happy. I guess let's just get into it. I don't know, maybe this will be a quick episode. We'll see what happens. First green flag in a man is he wants to meet your friends. Whoa, what a concept. What an idea. He wants to be involved in your life and the people that you love the most. Green flag. Hello. We love that. If a man wants to meet our friends, comes to birthday parties, plans things, like asks you, like, hey, can we do a game night with your friends? Or, whoa, hold the phone, wants to mix the friend groups, like, hey, let's have a little party where you bring your friends, I bring mine, and they all meet and mesh. Are you kidding me? That is beautiful. I love you. Yes, obviously not too soon. It's not like do it right off the jump. Like, let's make sure we like each other, we're dating. As you know, in past episodes, I may be introduced to friends too soon. Oops. I think I got excited. Thought he was a green flag. Turns out that was incorrect. So we still need to tread lightly. But if you guys are like, you're good. You know that you guys are dating and he wants to meet your friends. He wants to be involved in that. He thinks your friends are cool. He follows them on social media. He also hypes them up and just likes to be in your circle. I love that. And he's not just like, oh, sure, when I have to come around, or like, sure, I'll go to your birthday dinner where there's your friends, but I won't talk to them and I'll just stay with the one person that I know and ew, no, absolutely not. I want you to meet my friends. I want you to love my friends. My friends are an extension of me, so you have to love them. So if he wants to meet your friends, green flag, kiss him. Second green flag. Okay, so what is sad is as I am saying these, and mind you, I'm only on 2, I am looking at the list and I am realizing that these are all bare minimum things. But yet we have a whole episode hyping them up, but you know what I mean? We'll take what we can get, but I just want to point that out that as I'm reading this, these are just bare minimum things. So that makes me kind of sad for me and for you. Anyways, because the second green flag is plans dates. Whoa, that's bare minimum if you're dating. She'll plan some dates and then you'll plan some dates, but for whatever reason, it's a green flag for men because we like to hype you up for doing bare minimum. Okay, plans dates, yeah. If he actually wants to plan dates, is proactive about seeing you, planning trips, you know what I mean? He's not just waiting for it to be your birthday or a special occasion. You guys can do cute things just to do cute things, you know what I mean? And you don't have to ask him to do it. I think that is a common problem, especially in my last relationship, is I would beg, send him videos of cute date ideas, say, oh my god, I would love to do this, send it 10 times, remind him 20 times, and then 3 months later when he did it, I'd be like, oh my god, guys, look what he did for me. Oh my god, he's such a green flag. No, sweetie, that wasn't him coming up with the idea. That wasn't him planning it. That wasn't him even trying. You had to beg for that. Now, that is a red flag. Green flag is they just, hey babe, wear this at 6 p.m. I'm picking you up. Oh, deceased. No man has ever done that for me, I don't think. But if he did, you just plan something. You just plan something out of the blue. Okay. You surprise me. You plan trips. You don't need me holding your hand and sending you links to everything. Mind you, I'm a Virgo. I'm very used to that. I love to do that. That is probably why when I am in a relationship, I am always the planner. I'm always the one throwing my partner surprise birthday parties. I've never once ever had something thrown for me or been surprised or had that handed back. It's fine. I'm fine. Would love to experience it someday. So if they do just do those things for you, green flag. I love that. I love that. Now, men, bare minimum, you should be doing that. But it's always appreciated and we eat that shit up. So isn't waiting for an excuse to see or talk to you. It's just, hey, I want to see you. When can I see you? Let's do something. Thank you. That's nice. That's good communication. And now I know you like me. Third, once again, this is just very cutesy, very sweet. a little thing, but I think for myself and a lot of ladies, huge thing. This made me think of you text or item. Are you kidding me? We will never forget that. If you send me a song just because and you're like, this made me think of you, I will listen to that song all day. I'll put it on my story. I will make it my personality. Are you kidding me? That is the sweetest thing. I love when I get sent a song and it's like, this made me think of you, because those lyrics, I will read into them, I will memorize them, and I will be like, wow, he is in love with me. Thank you. This is beautiful. Or if I get a random text of like a picture of something, this made me think of you. Stop it right now. Like, I still to this day remember when a man that I was seeing in like 2020 sent me a photo of a magazine and it had Selena on it because I love her. And I had told him that that was one of my favorite movies and this, that, the other. And it was like a random anniversary magazine for her. And he was like in a Ralph's and took a picture of it and then sent it to me and was like, this made me think of you, like, because she's your favorite, blah, blah, blah. You're telling me you were just in line and you saw that and then I popped into your head? That is adorable. Please send me anything that makes you think of me, as long as it's kind and nice. Like, don't send me like a piece of dog shit and be like, this made me think of you. Absolutely not. But anything cutesy and sweet, like, that took 2 seconds and like it made my entire day. And like, I still remember that. I don't even talk to the man. I'm like, what was his name? I don't know, but I remember that text. Okay? Little things go such a long way. Or if she told you her favorite candy one time randomly and then you bring it whenever you have like a movie night next, the way she will be telling her girlfriends about you. Again, God, like, it's so sad. That's such a bare minimum thing. I'm like, bring her candy that she said was her favorite and she'll love you. But that's the point, guys. It's the littlest things. Y'all still don't do it, but it's such a green flag if you do. Okay, green flag if they are emotionally mature, if they know how to communicate how they feel. What? Yeah, green flag, also bare minimum. But sorry, this episode was supposed to be like hyping men up and like being like they're great, and now I'm realizing I'm still belittling because I'm like, these are bare minimum things. I did not write them with that intention, but as I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, this is kind of sad that this is like making it onto a list. My apologies, but it is what it is. But yeah, if they're able to voice how they feel, if they're not trying to play it too cool for you, or I'm going to insult you and be rude and like act like we're children. No, we're above that. If you're emotionally mature, if you're able to open up and tell me how you feel, or if something's bothering you, or to check in, just like grown communication. Such a green flag. I will eat it up. It makes everything so much better. It makes it feel like a safe space for the other person. If they're just able to voice how they feel and have open and honest communication, if they're able to just make you feel like you have a safe space to communicate, I think that's huge. They're able to open up about where they are right now in the relationship, or where they could see it going, or where their mental space is. Green flag. We love it. We eat it up. Another green flag is if they let you be your true self, your genuine true self, and they hype it up. I feel like myself and so many others, like a lot of my girlfriends, they've been in these relationships where they thought it was healthy because their partner wouldn't stop them from being themselves. But in reality, they were being stripped of their true selves because their partner wasn't matching their energy. And I think one common thing I can always sit back and like recognize, every partner I've ever had, I'm definitely always the more outgoing one, which that's fine. Like yin yang, you don't have to be similar in every little thing. Like personalities can be different. That's not the red flag. But I would say the red flag that I was noticing, or maybe it's a beige flag, I don't know, either way, it never worked for me, is my partner would, let me go be my outgoing self and be on the dance floor and have fun. Like I am all up in it, but they would never join me. They would just sit on the sidelines. And when I was in it, I was like, oh, well, they support me. Like, they let me do my thing. They don't stop me. But then looking back, I'm like, oh, I wasn't being 100% myself because I felt slightly judged, or I felt bad because they were sitting on the sidelines, or I didn't want them to not feel included. So I toned myself down compared to if I had someone that joined me. And I think I've seen that with a lot of my girlfriends. Like, they get out of a relationship and they're like, oh, they were like sucking that energy out of me. Like I would have been up here usually, but because they were down here, I felt like I had to meet them in the middle and be less of what I was. And again, you don't realize it until you're out of it. But I think for that reason, it is such a green flag to me if they not only let me be my true self, not only hype me up on being my true self, but join me in my energy. Doesn't have to be all the time. Doesn't make me feel that I have to tone it down a notch. And I think I've always been in relationships like that, where maybe in the beginning they're like, yeah, babe, go get it. But then they like get sick of my high energy, or how outgoing I am, or how friendly I am, or how often I want to like see my friends and be around everyone I love, this, that, and the other. Like they would then just be like, I don't want to, or like, you should tone it down, or you're being this, you're being that. No, it's life. It's a silly, cute little thing. Like I want to have fun and enjoy it and go out and do things, and I want my partner to join me in that, and I want my partner to have fun in all of it with me. And so I think definitely someone that can match your energy level, someone that can hype you up, and someone that truly loves your full authentic self. And I think that is a hard thing to realize when you're in it. Just being understood by a person and feeling seen. I think a lot of my past relationships, that hasn't been the case. And I think for a lot of my girlfriends, they get out of the relationship and they're like, oh, every time I would say something funny, he like wouldn't get it. Or I'd have to be like, do you think I'm funny? Do you this? Do you that? Just not feeling like you're truly appreciated for your true self. I think it's funny now because one of my closest friends, her and I will hang out and she'll do something and I think she's the most hilarious person and I will always laugh at her. Now, her coming out of a relationship, she'll be like, wow, thank you for laughing at me, like thinking that's funny. And I'm like, why wouldn't I? You're hilarious. And she's like, oh, well, so-and-so would always just like look at me weird when I would like make that joke or not get it. And then I would just question myself. And that makes me so sad because you don't realize how big of an impact that person has on you. And if they're not thinking you're the funniest person in the room, if you're the greatest, if you're this, if you're that, you don't feel seen. Even if you have a whole room of people that think you're great. Like if the person that is closest to you and that you're in love with and that you cherish the most in their opinion of you, if every single day you're having to like explain yourself or ask them to join you in something or this or that, it's gonna eat away at you. And then you're left with that way after they're gone. So I think it's a huge green flag. It's definitely something I look for now. It's something that I clock and I recognize is, oh, is this person going to be able to join me in these fun life things? Is this person going to truly understand me? As I show more and more of myself, do they get weirded out because I'm a weird ass person, or do they think it's funny and the more I show myself, the more they like me? Which also sounds like common sense, but when you're in it, you're just like, oh, well, whatever, like I'm a lot. No, I don't want someone that thinks I'm a lot. I want someone that thinks I'm great. Huge difference. So green flag if they think that you're great. Ooh, another green flag, if they're protective, stay with me, not in a weird way. If they're protective of you and aware of your well-being in a public setting, I mean always, but in a public setting. Let me give you an example because this may not make sense. Sounds kind of weird, I know. But situations I can think of where I noted it and I was like, oh, that's a green flag, is say you're out, especially like in LA or in a crazy city where it's scary at times, and say we're walking and he notices someone, like before I even, not before, because I always notice because we're women and we're like always scared, I kind of clock, oh, this guy is walking towards us and is kind of like sus. And if he then notices without me saying anything, switches where he's standing and puts himself in between me and that weird guy. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Or we're in a crowd and he pulls me in closer, or make sure that like he's guiding me, or if I'm guiding that way, then he's like has a hold on me and is like helping me. Little things like that, which once again sounds so bare minimum, but it's such a huge thing. Or green flag, like I said in the last episode, if they watch me, wait for me to get all the way to my apartment door and like make sure I get in okay. Or if they're always making sure like, hey, text me when you get home okay, and I like forget and they check in and they're like, hey, did you make it home okay? Like anytime one of my guy friends does that, they'll always be like, yeah, text us when you get home. And I'm like, yeah, everyone says that, you don't actually care. So I don't, like, not purposely, but like I'll just forget. Then they text me like 10 minutes after I get home and they're like, did you make it? And I'm like, oh, you actually cared. Wow, okay, green flag. So once again, so sad that we have to say that. Those are green flags that I at least notice, and I know a lot of women notice, but especially in public. Just if the man notices something sus and like puts himself as in between you and that, they feel like you are protected by them or you have a partner in this weird situation. I think that's such a green flag. I love that. I love if I can turn my brain off for like 2 seconds and like have the man be worried for me for once. Green flag. Thank you, sir. Thank you, bodyguard. Okay, this kind of goes off of one that we've already said, but pays attention to what you're interested in. The way I can think of this and the way that I see it as a green flag is like when I'm on a first date with someone and, you know, you're doing the boring ass conversations or whatever, and then it's like, well, what do you like to do? What are your hobbies? Blah, blah, blah. And you start telling them. And instead of it just being like, okay, now what are yours? When they ask you more about it, if you say like, oh, I really like to rock climb. And they're like, oh, well, where do you go? What do you do? Have you done, like, again, this is sad. This episode's kind of sad. Again, these are just bare minimum things, but taking interest, and they're not just like waiting to then tell you all about them. Like they actually want to know more about you. Green flag. Who would have thought? Thank you for caring. Oh, actually, no. Green flag. This has happened to me once. I kept going to this ring at a flea market. I picked it up. I was like, wow, that's so cute. Put it down. And then we left the flea market. And in the car, he was like, hey, you kept picking up this ring, but I noticed you didn't get it for yourself, right? So I got it for you. What? Okay. Also, I don't even know when you did that, Sneaky McGee. Like, well, it was like... baffled. Such a green flag of just like noticing the little things that she likes and getting them for her, or wanting to actually know more about her hobbies and remembering them. Maybe she told you on the first date that she really liked rock climbing, and then once you guys are dating, you take her to go rock climbing. I would love that. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much. You were such a green flag. Forehead kisses for you. I love you. Jesus. Another big one that kind of goes with the first one, but if he can be social on his own. Oh my God. Such a green flag. Such a red flag if they are attached to your hip and like can't start a conversation on their own at a function. Stop it. We are grown. We know how to talk. Like, I get it. I've been that way too, where it's like, I know absolutely no one. The person I'm dating is the only person I know here. But you know what I did? I had some wine. I got a little loosey-goosey, and I went and I spread my little wings and I made friends. Okay? If you need some liquid courage, like, do it. I get it's uncomfortable, but like, show the person that you're dating that you at least care to get to know other people. And I get really bad social anxiety in those situations, but it's like, wow, look what I did for you. That's so kind. But such a green flag. I don't know, maybe you're at like a friend's birthday party or a function or whatever, and I'm hanging out and talking to my girlfriends and stuff. If I look over and you're like having a drink and talking with one of my friends on your own and you guys are giggling and having a good time, green flag. Yes, adult. Yes, you little social butterfly. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for being a grown up. Thank you for showing that you care. Thank you for showing that you can be independent and have your own fun. And when we go to functions and when we go out, we don't have to be attached at the hip. I want to have my little girly time, catch up, talk about you and all the green flags that you're doing. And then like we can catch up. I'm not saying we have to be apart the entire party or the entire function. But I love to see a man be social on his own, stand his own. Oh my God, it's so nice not to have to like worry about your partner, not worry about like, oh, is he saying something stupid? Is he this? Is he making it weird? Like, no. If he's your partner, like you should feel that he's great and he won't embarrass you ever. Now, if you're feeling embarrassed and scared that he can't leave your sight, then that's where we have the red flag. But I love that. If he can be social, he's coming up to me being like, this is so great. Oh my God, I love your friends. Did you know that so-and-so just did blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, what? No? I love you. Thank you. Thank you for like spreading your little wings and like showing that you care in my friends and getting to know them and getting to know them on your own. And I love you. Chef's kiss. Okay, this one is huge. I know we talked about having open communication, but open communication when you're not together. Oh, I love you. Thank you for communicating. If they let you know, hey, I'll be busy. I won't be on my phone for X amount of hours. Hey, my phone's about to die, so if you don't hear from me, that's why. Okay, King. Yes, sir. Yeah. Whatever you say. Again, so small, so bare minimum, but that is so kind of you. Or if when they go out and they're updating you on what they're doing without you having to be like nagging or asking for it. Boys, let me let you in on a little secret, okay? Women love, especially when you're out and you're drunk, if you think of her, if you send her a message drunk, oh my God, I love it. I eat it up. Or when they're like, I miss you so much, baby. I love you. I'm drunk. I'm having fun, but I wish you were here. Da 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 da. That will make my whole night. I'm not stressed about you anymore. I'm not thinking that you're playing me. I know that he's drunk and I'm on his mind while he's out with all his friends. He loves me. I'm so good. I don't need you texting me the whole time you're out with your friends. I don't need you glued to your phone. I had this one ex and he went on a bachelor trip. Obviously, we're scared. You're on a bachelor trip in like Austin, Texas. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen, but I remember he got so drunk, like blacked out, and his ass was like making me videos, singing songs and saying how much he loved me and how amazing I was. I wasn't even awake. Like my ass fell asleep and I woke up to these at like 7 a.m. and I was like, oh, well, any anxiety I did have, I feel fine now. I mean, granted, a man can do whatever, who knows, but I was like, oh my God, I love you. That made my night. You're so silly, goofy, fun. And like while you're drunk and having all these crazy times, you're still thinking of me. I love it. I personally love getting a drunk message from a man. My man, not just any man. Let's clarify that. I love to know that I'm on your mind when you're drunk. You love me. Just open communication when it goes to like texting or calling. A man that just updates his partner just because, green flag. And to go off of that, green flag, and the only kind of man I ever want to date ever again, a lover boy. A lover boy is such a green flag. I love a lover boy. I love him. Now, you're saying, what is a lover boy? A lover boy is pretty much everything on this list, but he will let you know how he's feeling about you. He has no issues gushing to you. He has no issues gushing about you to his friends. I love when I hear the man I'm dating be like, yeah, I just was talking about you, and then like I showed them your Instagram, and then I this, and they think this about you. And I'm like, oh, you showed a stranger who I was? And they're like, yeah, and they thought this, and this. And I was, goodbye, I love you. Goodbye, I love you. You're saying when I'm not around, you're just gushing about me to strangers? I fear I have to get on my knee to propose, you nasty. To propose. I love that. You are a lover boy. Oh my God, I eat that shit up. If they write you letters, if you're writing me how you feel just because, I will cry. I will cry. If you're leaving notes, oh my God, my roommate's boyfriend, every time he like leaves in the morning, he'll write her a note and leave it somewhere randomly in the house. You're joking. You're joking. Every single time. And it's like it's a sentence. It's the sweetest things. You are such a lover boy. And I love that. If I was her, I mean, and she does love it, but like, I'm like, if that was happening to me, oh my God. The way that I'd have to beg for a birthday card in the past and still not get it, and then be told I was asking too much for a birthday card where you write what you feel. I'm like, that's literally all I want. I just want a card. That is it. I just love me a lover boy. Such a green flag in my eyes. They just do sweet things just because. They gush about you just because. Hear me out. It's not overly, you're not waking up to 20 weird text messages being like, baby, you're the most beautiful thing, and the sun and the stars, and you are blah, blah, blah. I'm not waking up to novels, which granted that I would wake up to that in the past. Again, fine line. That was love bombing. Now I'm like, oh, it's at a pace, and it's healthy, and it's kind, and it's genuine. You'll know the difference. But a lover boy through and through, I will eat that up. I love a lover boy. I love a man that will tell me how he feels, write out how he feels, show emotion when I do the same and I give him a letter. Watching a man read a letter that you wrote for him and him actually caring and showing emotions or getting sappy about it. Nothing worse than when you write out your emotions, you give it to them, like you were crying as you wrote it, and then they read it and they're like, thanks. Oh, okay, never mind. I take all of that back, you asshole. A lover boy. I need a lover boy through and through. Because when I get married, I need the man that I'm walking down the aisle to be sobbing. And if he's not a lover boy, I don't know if that's going to happen. Because if my future husband does not sob when I walk down the aisle, I am turning my ass around and I'm going back. And we're not going to get married. I need you to sob, okay? So because of that, I need my man to be a lover boy. And that gets us to the green flag, if he's a lover boy. And he can show his emotions and just yaps about you. Oh, the way that they talk about you when you're not around is the biggest thing. Kind of already touched on this, I think, but takes interest in your favorite things. This one, I was thinking of a specific example. Again, moments like these, like when you're first starting to date, it can just show you right away green flag, red flag about this man. But say your favorite movie. Like if you're talking about your favorite movie, their reaction is either, oh my God, I want to watch that. You love that movie? We should watch it sometime. Or their reaction is like, oh, why would you like that? There you go. Obviously, the green flag is if they show interest and recommend that you guys watch it together or this and that. Red flag is if they say, ew, horrible taste. Even if it is a horrible movie. You think I want to be watching your Star Wars? No. But if you say that's something that you really like, okay, I will swallow my pride in 3 hours of my day and I'll watch that with you. Now, granted, I've had many men that they would tell me this is my favorite movie and I'd be like, yeah, I'm never going to watch that with you. That should have been a note to me that like, you don't care about this person enough if you don't even want to watch their favorite shit. You know what I mean? It speaks volumes, both ends. If he actually cares about what you care about, even if that means it's not something that he cares about, but the fact that he sits there and he watches a 3-hour movie with you because you say it's your favorite movie, appreciate that, man. That is so sweet. Just like your girlfriend doesn't want to be sitting there watching you play video games, but she does. Okay? Because she cares about you. So do the same for her. Please. It's so kind. Such a green flag. I love that. You eat me up. And so that's why you're doing it, because you love me. That sounded way dirtier than I wasn't trying to imply, but you know what I mean. Another green flag going off of that is when a man says that he doesn't want to watch your reality TV show and then they get hooked and then like they get mad at you for watching it without them. I eat that shit up. Women eat that shit up of like men trying to act tough, like I don't want to watch that, and then they secretly get obsessed and then it becomes like your little thing. I love that. Green flag. Thank you for binge watching some shit TV with me, and then we can gossip about it later. We can just be girls and it'll be so fun. I love when a man can be a girl's girl. Thank you. Green flag. Oof. Hot topic from last episode. Okay. If his For You page is wholesome. This is not something I've ever found in any man. Let me just start with that, okay? I've never come across this. The day I do, maybe I marry that man. Their For You page, as in like their, obviously like their TikTok page or whatever, but I'm specifically talking about their Instagram Explore page. If their Instagram Explore page is wholesome, you have found a winner. If it's funny videos, cooking videos, fashion, dogs, I don't know, grilling, cars, anything. If it's just like wholesome, oh my God, marry him. The way anytime a man that I've been with, not even but like dated, gone on a date, anything, if they've ever like gone to their Explore page, like they go to search something, it is through and through every time filled with Instagram models or random girls, which I'm like, why is this random girl that has 200 followers in a bikini like popping up on your For You page? That's sus. Like if it's a celebrity, at least I feel a little bit better, but it's always inappropriate, like thirst traps, this, that, and the other. That shows you what he is looking up. Ladies, that's why it's the Explore page, because that's what they are exploring. So even if they sit there and granted, remember, we went on this last time, if their following is a bunch of random girls, but even if it isn't and you think, wow, I found a good guy, he only follows 200 people and it's just people he knows, wow, I feel so happy, and then you go to his Explore page and it's a bunch of random ass girls like that, then you know he is just putting on the facade of looking the part, because he's still secretly going and searching all of that and liking it. Your For You page, your Explore page is based off of what you're liking and it's based off of what you're searching. That's how the fucking internet and social media works, okay? So it's not lying to you. I've had men go and I'm like, oh, that's your Explore page? And they're like, literally through and through, every man tells the same lie. I don't know if you guys are reading from the same fucking Bible, but you all say the same shit. That's weird. I think it's just because I used to look that stuff up when I was like 16. You're 35. What? You think because you searched it one time when you were 16 that is still what your Explore page is? No, sir. No, Chad. That's not what it is. Buddy, it's because that's what you were searching or that's what you were liking. You want to say that that's not true? Show me your likes. Oh, you don't want to? Okay. So, that being said, major green flag if his Explore page is just wholesome. If it's just funny things. There's so many other things to look up on the internet than women. It's crazy. I know it's crazy. Just ask your girlfriend and she'll show you. And you'll see that there's a whole world. It's actually insane. I know it's a crazy concept not to use like social media as a dating app. Also green flag if you don't use it as a dating app. If you're single, yes. If you're in a relationship, what? Weird. So anyways, huge green flag. Like maybe one of the biggest green flags, because I have yet to find it, is if their For You page, their Explore page is just wholesome. I love you. I love you so much. I will marry you right then and there. But I say that confidently because I know I've never found it. 29 years. Even like the most wholesome men that I have dated, they'll go to their Explore page and I'm like, oh, why is there a woman in a thong twerking on your For You page or on your Explore page? Why is there your ex from 11th grade on your Explore page? Why is this random girl that you matched with 3 years ago on your Explore page? That's weird. That's suspicious. Don't trust you. So girls, if you want to hurt your own feelings, ask a man to show you his Explore page. It's never going to be good. But just know that's where the truth lies. Even if his following looks good, it's not. So green flag, ladies, if you have a man that has a solid For You page. Again, bare minimum. And it's really sad. But that's the world we live in. So, oh my God. To go off of social media? Green flag if he just doesn't have any. Green flag if he doesn't have TikTok, for sure. Green flag if he just has a flip phone. That, I love you. God, I've dated men like that too, where they're like, babe, I went through and I unfollowed all the girls and all the girls I've tried to hit on. Okay. Do you want a cookie for that? You should have done that months ago, actually. I don't know why you were still following them. I'm actually mad at you now because why were you still following them? No, a man that like tries to get praise for doing bare minimum. No. So green flag if you just do it, you take care of it, Green flags. Men, work on getting your explore page to be wholesome. Once again, why are we using social media in a weird way? No. Let's not use it to be naughty. We're using it for fun time, for good time. We use it to look up recipes, to giggle, not to break up relationships. Another green flag, if they take mental health seriously. I have unfortunately had way too many experiences where I will tell a man I am feeling anxious or I have a panic attack and they tell me to just stop. Didn't know that was an option. I think I would not be suffering for my entirety of my life since I can remember at 8 years old with anxiety if I could just stop. Thank you, Chad. That's not how that works. Again, if he can just take your mental health seriously, if you have the courage to tell them that you are struggling with mental health, which takes so much. It is so scary to tell someone, especially someone new that you're dating and you don't know how they're going to react, which is a horrible feeling. You should never feel scared to tell someone you are struggling with your mental health, but it is scary. It is sad that people can't be accepting and take it seriously, but unfortunately, again, that's the world we live in, and a lot of people aren't comforting and understanding with it. So if you tell someone and their reaction is, what can I do for you? What helps you in this situation? How can I help calm you down? That is so amazing. Automatically, anxiety goes down. If I know, okay, I'm with someone in a safe space, they're willing to help me. I now know I have someone with me in this situation, because when you are going through a panic attack, or I'll speak for myself, when I'm going through a panic attack, one of the scariest things is I'm going through it alone and I have to figure this out on my own. I think that's a huge thing why I have panic attacks on planes a lot or when I'm traveling alone, because I'm like, oh, I know no one, I'm in a secluded area, aka the sky, like I won't be able to get help, I'm alone in this. When you have someone and they are letting you know that they see you, that they're there with you, that they're not going to let anything bad happen to you, that does wonders for someone struggling with their mental health. So I think it is such, honestly, out of all of these, the biggest green flag, if a man is emotionally immature enough and knows how to be there for you, even if it's, I've had men that I've dated where they're like, I've never dated someone with this. Okay, tell me what I can do. Tell me what you need from me, because I'm not sure how to deal with this. And if I'm able to tell them and they follow through, amazing. Such a green flag if they take your mental health seriously, if they want to help your mental health, if they check in with you even after like a panic attack or something. Such a green flag for me. And I take note of that, and I feel like anyone with struggling with mental health or anxiety or depression, they clock that. They will never forget the people that are like that and checking in and go about it in a respectful and healthy way. So that is such a green flag, something I truly, truly appreciate, because nothing feels worse than when you get the courage to tell someone that you're struggling and then they belittle it and they tell you to just get over it. Feels horrible. And now I will have a panic attack. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, we're nearing towards the end, but if he has his own hobbies, huge green flag. Sorry, boys, I'm not going to include playing video games as a hobby. I mean, you like to get out, you like to do something active, you have something that you're very passionate about, you have something that you do on a weekly basis. It can be creative, it can be active, it can be anything other than like playing video games. I'm sorry. I can't. I've had too many traumatic experiences with men that tell me that their hobby is playing video games. I've also realized any man that tells you he plays video games loves to downplay it, and then it's not until you're sucked into the relationship that you realize he actually plays it every single night until 1 a.m. That's not a hobby. That's actually messing up your mental health and making you lazy. Sorry, that's not a hobby. If you need to do that once in a while, whatever, okay, so be it. But if your hobby is like, we just need to do something to stimulate the brain, you know what I mean? And the body, and be healthy and happy. So a man that has his own hobbies, if you like something that they like to do alone, great. And then if you want to include me, but that is a huge thing in relationships too, is like you guys have your own things. Sure, we can share it sometimes, and yeah, I'll join you whenever you would want me to, but also we need to have our separate things. If you love to go biking and hiking or rock climbing, or you love to go and have solo days at the beach, or you like to go, I don't know, whatever it is, you read, you this, you're that. I just need a man that has a hobby and likes to do it and is independent and has his thing, because then I know that he cares about his own well-being. He's got it. Such a green flag. I want a man that has his own life, is doing his own thing, has his own friends, and is happy with himself. I do not need a man that has nothing going on, so the second I come in, he's just like, oh, you're going to make my life so much better, so I'm going to cling to you, and you are going to control everything for me, and it's going to be this weird hyperfixation, and we're going to have this unhealthy attachment to each other, and I'm just going to stick onto you, and I'm going to do everything you want to do, and I'm going to... No, that's a red flag. Green flag is he has his own hobbies. He has his life together. He has his whole life with or without you. You are just bringing more and you are making his life better. I don't need any of this like, oh, I was half a person and then you came and then I became a whole person. No. Green flag if you're a whole person on your own and your partner is just adding to that happiness, is adding to the joy, is adding to your life. That's the green flag. Okay? We're emotionally mature. We don't need a man. We don't need a partner. We don't need a girlfriend. But having it makes our life that much better. Right? That's healthy. That's a green flag. And I want my future man, my future husband to have that outlook and to have his own things and his hobbies. And I'm just adding to that. Last thing, he cares about his health, his mental health, his hygiene, and his well-being, and knows how to dress himself. I'm done with like dating a man that like doesn't know how to dress and doesn't know how to this and like has to be reminded to like shave or go and get haircuts. Absolutely not. I'm not your mom. I'm so over being a mom. No. I'm not a mom. Red flag. So green flag is like he has his own style. He knows how to dress himself. He cares about how he looks. He cares about his hygiene. I never have to remind him like, hey, you're looking a little scruffy. Hey, you this. Hey, no. Embarrassing. A man that is in therapy? Well, okay. Green flag alert. A man that is taking care of his mental health. A man that is going to the gym on his own. I don't need like some beefed up dude. I don't need the extreme of anything. None of these are extreme. If you're not putting care into your own self, into your own body, into your own well-being, what makes you think, sweetie, that he's going to have the energy to put that care into you? No. Green flag, like I just touched on, is they can do all of that for themselves. They want to make themselves a better person for themselves. They are working out because they want to. They are checking in with their mental health because they want to. They are dressing right and caring about how they look, and it excites them to dress up and look nice and care for themselves because they want to. Just like all the care that you're putting into yourself, girly pop, and getting your nails done and getting your hair done, and you're going to therapy and you're doing this and you're doing that and you're going to Pilates 5 days a week, why wouldn't you expect that from your partner? Hello? So green flag. You guys should both be caring about yourselves, caring about your well-being, and doing that for yourselves and doing it consistently. And it's not like, oh, well, now I'll start. No. I want you to be like that before I even came into the picture. That is such a green flag. It's bare minimum stuff, or it sounds bare minimum, but it is genuinely such a rarity to find men that actually just like can take care of themselves and want to take care of themselves and care to have, like we said in the last episode, a nice room, a nice house, clean, organized, decorate. Like, I just need a man to be a fully developed human at the end of the day, which I don't think is a huge ask. He is healthy, inside, outside, all of that, green flag, obviously. And I think, ladies, if you have to look at it as in, well, what are all the things that I do for myself? And does he do the equivalent of that for himself? Because if he doesn't, how do you expect him to come in and take better care of you than you're already taking care of yourself? Sorry I just dropped that truth bomb, but I think that is a huge thing that I've switched when dating. You're not adding to my life. If you can't treat me better than how I treat myself, why would I spend my time on you? It sounds like you're just taking energy from me in that case. So if they're lifting you up, if they're doing all of this, and they can do it on their own and like to do it on their own and like to provide for themselves and can provide for themselves, green flag, obviously. Then that's the person you want to date, right? Right. Okay. I'm happy we got through that, guys. I'm not going to lie. I think I kind of blacked out halfway through that. I've been up since 6 a.m. and I haven't had a proper meal, and it has been many hours. So I think I need to go eat. I then have to go to work. But I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I hope it made you feel better about the red flags that I had. Sorry if I still shat on you a little bit. And I was realizing that these are just kind of bare minimum things, but green flags nevertheless, because at the end of the day, it is what it is, and we will take it. And now you know green flags. So if you had a lot of red flags from the last episode, if you were really offended, I hope you maybe have some of these green flags. If not, maybe let's figure out how to get these green flags. Again, reflecting. It's amazing. Free therapy. You're welcome. Hope you guys enjoyed, but there will be many episodes like this to come, and stay tuned for next week to see what that episode is like. And as always, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at It Is What It Is with Van. Follow my personal, Savannahmares. I'm everywhere. I have my On the Street stuff, On the Street with Van. There's so many pages. You should be able to find me. YouTube, everything, all linked down below, and I will see you guys next week. Bye guys. Thank you.